Hi, welcome to my video on is a function of part 3. Part 3 we're going to deal with saying the dependent variable is a function of the independent variable in terms of an equation. Okay? Write the dependent variable as a function of the independent variable. So we have a left side and a right side of an equation, and the left side is the dependent variable and the right side is the independent variable. That is, so we have the dependent variable as a function of the independent. So d equals 100t. D is a function of t because the left side is a function of the right side. So c is a function of d. I'm just doing ditto marks to save time. P equals 3s, so p is a function of s. Again, the left side is a function of the right side when it's solved for one variable. So diameter or distance equals rate times time, so car is driving 100 kilometers an hour. Circumference of a circle is pi times d, and perimeter of an equilateral triangle is 3s. So notice this is the this variable on the left is the dependent, variable on the right is independent. So as time goes by, the distance as the diameter of a circle gives you the circumference, and the length of the side gives you the perimeter. Practice. Write the dependent variable as a function of the independent variable. And just a reminder, the left side and right side of an equation. So A is area is a function of R. P is a function of S. C is a function of R. Notice you got 2 pi. Pi is a constant. Pi is 3.14 ... So that's a constant there. So that's the left side and the right side. So this is a constant. 2 pi is a constant. L equals W plus 10. L is a function of W. So that's the area of a triangle based on the radius. You plug the radius in, you get the area. This is perimeter in terms of S. This is a square or a rhombus. So if you plug in the length for S, you get the perimeter. C is a function of R. Plug the radius in, and you get the circumference. And if you have your width of a length and width of a rectangle, if you plug your width in, you'll come up with your length. Let's continue. Write the linear equation for each in terms of the dependent variable and the independent variable. A linear equation. So we're going to write it a linear equation as y equals mx plus b form, but we don't have x and y. We have the variables, the dependent variable and the independent variable. Here we go. Examples. A taxi charges $4 for each kilometer. So I'm going to use cost as c and distance is k. So what we have is we have cost is $4 is the rate per kilometer, and it's to state which variable is a function of which variable. So the c is a function of k. The cost is a function of the distance traveled. The distance traveled at 90 miles per hour, starting at 20 miles from home. Again, we're going to use distance is d and time is t. Keep so you'll know what equation I'm ready. And distance and the rate is 90 miles per hour, distance equals rate times time, but we are 20 kilometers from home. So distance equals rate times time plus the 20. And that means that d is a function of t. Distance is a function of the time. So you put the time in, whatever number of hours you're driving, and you will come up with d after you multiply by the rate, the time times the rate, and add on 20, give you the distance you're away from home. Practice means pause the video and work out each one of these one at a time and press play to see if your answer is right. It says, write a linear equation for each in terms of the dependent variable and the independent variable, and state which variable is a function of which variable. Okay, that's what we did just then. Wages earned at work if paid $25 per hour. So wages is the dependent variable. Remember, you got a left side and a right side, and your $25 per hour. And again, your W is for wages, T is for time, so that time is in hours, and that's the equation because the starting off at 0, and W is a function of T, time. The length of a rectangle is 9 more than the width. If the length is L and the width is W, the equation is L equals 9 more than the width, so that's the width plus 9. I could have said 9 plus W, but it's best to put the variable first, W plus 9. That means the length is a function of the width. Again, to remind you, you have a left side and a right side. So the left side is L, the right side is W. Left side, right side, LW. Number 3, a plane at an altitude of 9,200 meters descends at a rate of 200 meters a minute. And altitude is A, which it could be height, and time is T, but let's use altitude. Now we have the altitude. The plane is starting off at 9200 and is dropping. So dropping is a negative, so it's dropping a negative 200 meters for every minute, which is T. So the altitude is the slope is a minus 200 times T plus 9200 meters. And that means that A is a function of T. Very similar to what you did before, but now we're looking at as a function of. So the left side is a function of the right side. Again, look at the equation. You plug in T, which is the independent variable, and you'll come up with the altitude A. Number 4, a house worth $250,000 increases in price at a constant rate of 4% a year. We want the equation, the linear equation, so we have P for price and T for time. So the price, P, 4% a year is the rate, so it's 4% each year, so that's rate over time times the time, so and it's starting off at 250,000. And it's climbing, so it's a plus. So that means 4% is decimal 04T plus 250,000. So the percent is changed to a decimal. So 4% is 4 decimal. So the decimal moves 2 places to the right to become decimal 04. Okay, let's continue. And we have some examples to do and some practice, just different. Express the perimeter of a triangle as a function of x. So the perimeter of a triangle is P. So the perimeter of a triangle, and this triangle has all the sides different, so it's A plus B plus C. But you notice that the perimeter is in terms of A, B, and C, but we want it in terms of x. So if we say A is 2x, if we say b is x plus 1, and we say c is x plus 3, we add them all up, and when we simplify, we can put them all together as 2x, add on x, plus 1 plus 3. Notice I've grouped the x's together. I didn't transpose, so I don't change the signs. So that's a 1x, 1, 1, and 2. That's 4x plus 4. So that's the perimeter of the triangle as a function of x. Notice, again, the left side is the perimeter. That's the left side is perimeter, and the right side is x. So if you think of that way, you'd be more consistent in what you're doing. Express the area of a triangle as a function of x. Well, the area of a triangle, A is for area, A. A triangle is half the base times the height. Okay, so we got HT, so that's the height, and FD is the base. So we have half, the base is FD, which is 6x, and we have the height, which is HT, which is x plus 4. So we sub those variables in for base and height, and we multiply now. So a half times 6x is 3x. So we multiply those two first. That's done. Now we go 3x times x plus 4. So that gives us 3x squared. So 3x times x is 3x squared. 3x times 4 is 12x. So this is the area as a function of x. And practice. Oh, the C's there, we don't need that. We'll just take that away. Practice means pause the video and work your answer out for each of these. Do one at a time. Express the perimeter of a pentagon as a function of x if each side of a pentagon is 4x units long. And I didn't say units, so I'm not really worried whether it's centimeters or feet or inches or whatever. Perimeter is P. So a pentagon is 1, 2, 3, 4. Pentagon is 5 sides. And all sides, it says each side is 4x. So the perimeter equals 1, 2, 3 is 5 times the side. But we don't want the perimeter as a function of the side. We want the perimeter as a function of x. So the perimeter is 5 and the side is 4x. So the perimeter is 20x. Express the perimeter as a function of x. So there's the perimeter as a function of x. Number 2, express the area of a rectangle as a function of x. And again, we have a rectangle, 4 right angles, and that we have opposite sides are equal. So that's x minus 4. This side right here is x minus 4. This side is 2x plus 3. So this side is 2x plus 3. But we want area to be denoted by A. So the area of a rectangle is length times width. But when we write this down, the area is a function of L and W right now, because that's the left side, that's the right side. So the area is a function of these two. But we don't want L and W, we want x's. So the length is 2x plus 3, and the width is x minus 4. And again, I have this as the length because it's longer, and this is the width is shorter. So when we multiply these out to simplify, 2x times x, we're going to use what we call FOIL first, which is 2x squared, outside, which is 2x times negative 4, this is negative 8x, and we get 3 times x, which is positive 3x, and we get 3 times negative 4 is negative 12. And to simplify that, we add like terms, so we get 2x, like terms is already x's, so that's a negative 5x minus 12. So there's the area as a function of x. Again, the area is on the left, and x is on the right, and the area is a quadratic, so x squared And that brings us to the end of our video on writing as a function of in terms of the real world in geometry. If you like my video, click the like button, click the subscribe button if you want to be a subscriber, and the notification bell because there are more videos coming your way. Write a comment on my video if you wish, and visit my math website, www.mathfullyexplained.com. And 3 sections: me, my degrees and teaching experience. The video section talks about the strategies you're going to use to help you learn your math. The content section has the topics that's on my YouTube channel and the number of videos on those topics. And black font is what's there right now, and the red font is what will be there in the near future. Thank you for viewing my video. Bye-bye.